Hey y'all, this is October 11th, and I made this message a number of times. Every time I make this message and I make the video, I post it, it's like something happens. I don't know why, but I wanted to say that with my videos, the reason why I haven't posted was because somebody hacked my computer and they messed with my drives. They systematically did it so they could steal my work. And then they did something to my programs. Now I have bought new computers and they still did it. And up until like last week, this week, I want to say somebody tried to hack my computers again. I have been given this information and I have given information to the feds and the cops about this. So anybody who has information about those people who stole my work and they were talking about me, I ask that you tell me their names so that I could give that to the feds. I also wanted to say that they did this I picked up on these things happening since 22. So they'd hacked my devices in 22. I'm aware they did it beforehand, but I know for a fact it was 22, 23, and 24. In 24, they stole my books. And it's a man and a woman that has my books. And there's a woman who wanted to be a business owner. It was a couple of them, actually. But it's a chick who wanted to be a business owner and an old woman who wanted to be like, she wanted to come off like she was special and she had a story. And they have my work as well. There's a man who was with a woman who she wanted to be special and she has my stuff as well because she was stealing my expression. Now, when I said last year and the year before that people were going to do things, they did do it. But what they started doing also was like they were messing with my devices and they started hacking my accounts that I saw. And then I picked up on more things that was going on. And I was letting y'all know about it because these people was like, this woman put my information on the dark web. This other one, she was putting my information on this forums type thing, and they were doxing and putting my information out there. So I want to let it be known that this happened. I am aware that this happened, and I'm suing you. Everybody who has my work, who's been using my work or pretending to be me because they've been stealing my identity. I don't know how many years they've been using my identity, but I was made y'all aware of this, and also let you know that if you thought that you was working with me or that you gave anything to anybody thinking it was me, it wasn't me. These people stole my work, and they were doing it for a very long time. Now I know about 2 or 3 people. I've seen some things. I know that they were affected by this. Hopefully y'all gave information to the feds and to your banks to get the information to the feds so that they could do something about this. They stole my videos and stuff. So I know that people was doing something with AI, and because they was in my accounts, they stole my pictures, which is why I said make sure that any videos that you saw was current picture video in time. You talking to the person, me, at time. Also that it would have been posted, and I showed you that it was posted, and I said what I said to you, and I gave you that as a confirmation so that you know it was me, because these people had did this. Okay, so some of the things that I'm going to be suing for, just so we're clear: gang stalking, harassment, doxing, people putting out fake and false reports and evidence, cyberbullying, slander, defamation of character. Because these people put my information online, people was riding past my house. They came to my house with poisons. They hacked my computer. So those would also be under endangering my life and my family's life. This has been going on for years. It's just that I picked up on it starting 22, 23, 24, 25. And these people, they think that they're going to get away with it, or that they were going to get away with it with them trying to steal something, especially my identity. and they thought that they could something on my own, or that I left something on my own, when in reality they were harassing me. They came to my house and they like I said, they put me and my family in danger, and I'm not letting that stand. So I will be pressing charges against them on that one too. And anybody who you know for a fact that I have your IP addresses, those who I know exactly where you are. Those who hacked my devices, I gave this information, and I'll be giving more information to the feds. Anybody who has any information about what I'm talking about, you could give it to the feds directly instead of giving it to me, or you could tell me the names of the people so that I can directly give that information to the feds. I'm also giving this information to the DOJ and my police, because I will be putting restraining orders on these people, and I will be pressing charges against them. Those people who hacked me from overseas, somebody from Romania was who you was talking to a lot, and they stole my password, so they was in all my accounts. I'm talking from Starbucks to everything. This person is going under the jail. They have some sort of a thing right now where they wanted to say that I was a Muslim. I don't know where they wanted to go in with this one, but I'm not Muslim. I'm going to put this person in jail. And when I find out who hired them, I'm going to put in charges on them as well. These people riding past my house and they stole from me. Yes, I'm putting you in jail. It's a lot of things that's happened over the years, and this has been targeted. This is collusion. This is also fraud. If I find out, if my intuition is correct, and that somebody not only used my work to but take my businesses, because they hacked my accounts, and then I couldn't get into my sites or to my site, and I was trying to figure out why my account where YouTube was shadow banned, as well as I seen this through my website. I said I picked up on it in 24. They were sitting here using my work, and they was doing something with selling something on TikTok. Any accounts, anything that you seen that came out on social media that was not me speaking about this, and it was on my YouTube channel, as I said earlier this year, was somebody who had came up with something, and they did steal my work. So then they were doing stuff with AI and recognition, like different things that they were doing online with social media and stuff. I'm pressing charges. Even identity theft through online, as well as signing up for stuff and having fraud in people's names. At first, I thought it was just like random emails that I was getting, but there is something that has to do with gambling, something that has to do with hotels. There's something that has to do with, in some of these places that you could look into, feds, is Georgia, Midwest. There's also Canada, Romania, Spain, Rome, Germany. It was Great Britain. There's different places that I picked up on. Some place that starts with an A. And then on top of the information that I've already given, anybody who had anything to do with this. So if there's anybody, yet again, who thinks that you are interacting with me, let me know who and how, where you were talking to, quote unquote, where you thought you were talking to me, and give that information to the feds, because I will be pressing charges on these people. I don't know when exactly these people started this, but I know that they stole money in the house, and I know it has something to do with businesses, because people were sitting here trying to do something. There's a light-skinned chick with kids. There's an old woman. There's a threesome team, as I said before. It was 2 men and a woman. There's also a threesome team of 3 men and a woman. There was a man and a woman. These are all hackers. I seen a black guy in front of a computer. I seen a woman shredding papers. There's somebody in the, I don't know where she is. I'm thinking somebody could be like Texas, something Texas. I did get something with Texas. I gave that information to the feds as well, because there is no reason why anybody should be on my devices. There's no reason why anybody should be in my cameras, and I'm not letting this stand. So I will be giving this information. As I said, I've given it to the feds. I will be giving them more as I figure out who exactly these people are. But these are people who have been stealing. There's a chick with dreads, and there's a man with dreads. There's a black guy with a bunch of, I think, Spanish people. There's people who've been doing stuff. Like I said, these are random people, but they all could be working together. And this could be the reason why it's random and so many is because they put my information on the dark web, and these people be targeting people. And then other people, like, it's like they had different plots and plans and schemes that they were trying to do that I picked up on. If there anybody else who's intuitive who could put information towards this and give it to the feds because you picked up on it and you know information, I ask that you do. If you too have been targeted and harassed and provoked by people and you haven't told your story, but say you want to give that information to the feds, I ask that you do. They have been doing stuff where they're trying to cover up a lot of things. I picked up on different people who've had people do assessments and stuff, and them trying to cover stuff up. So y'all could give that information to your lawyers or your police department if you have that picked up on that same thing happening to you as well. I'm not feeding y'all stuff to go into. I'm saying what I picked up on, and I would like to know the information of who these people are. There is one person who showed up at my house, and I talked to them in front of my cameras. So nobody can't say that they was sitting here talking to me or interacting with me. But I do know that these people was bragging about what they were doing. I know that they were sitting here and they planned it. There's a man and a woman, 2 men and women couples. And let me reiterate what I said earlier this year. I didn't give anybody anything. I didn't say anybody could do anything. I didn't give any permissions for anybody to do anything, and nobody contacted me. I do not do anything like drink, drugs, smoke, any of those things. So anybody who says differently, that is defamation of character, and I will be suing you. Seeing as how y'all like to talk about and only care about money, and y'all like to steal, I'm letting it be known that I will be pressing charges against you yet again. As I've said earlier this year, when you did certain things and I said I was pressing charges, I'm not letting this be you don't understand what I'm talking about. I'm letting this be laid out and be clear that you understand what I'm talking about. And I'm especially coming for the 4-person team that I picked up on, where they were sitting here and they were the start of this, where I seen it with the hacking. Because the person that I saw it with, the team of people that was hacking, they was working under this woman. I want to know who this woman is who started all of this. And this light-skinned chick with yellow hair or blonde hair, and there's another one. There's a lady with a bob. There's also somebody who is like either has alopecia or they have like, they're just bald headed with something on their head. I seen them in front of a audience or something. I've seen people sitting here. They was trying to do something with like my work in business. And by the way, let me address the businesses. I told you in 23 as well as in 24 that you did not have permission to use my work, and you did not have permission to use my image or my name. You did not have any permission to use my likeness. If I find out, when I find out, because I picked up on you, that you had my work and you thought you was working with me, but you found out that it wasn't. Instead of you sitting here doing the right thing and contacting me, you was going to try something else. I will be suing you. Pain and suffering. Everybody who was sitting here and you was trying to put fear and you were trying to antagonize me, I'm not all up in my feelings and being all over the place. I'm letting you know directly that I will be suing you. Especially if I find out that somebody is sitting here using my name, my moniker, or sitting here using my story. And the lady who has my story, she had rough drafts. I know that you, lady who have my book, and man who have my books, because I wrote multiple books. But the woman who had my book, she was sitting here, she took it to a publisher, and the publisher knew that she didn't write it, and they was going to sit there and try to push my work. I will sue you. I will sue him. I will sue the author, also the lawyer that knew who was working with you, that you stole it too. And for the man who was sitting here in the group, because it's a man and he got kids, he's sitting here trying to do something, and somebody else, a man and a woman, father-daughter duo, and it's a man and a son duo. When I find out who you are, I'll sue you as well. Like I said, I'm not trying to have this continue on. And this has been more than enough is enough. Is enough is enough. I got those 4 words clearly. Enough is enough is enough is enough. Lady y'all. So I want to add this on. I know that people try to have court cases on people and they come up with lies with reasoning as to why people can't show up to court. And I'm like, for some reason this keeps coming back to me, and it's like, don't play with me. People don't go to court just in person. They also go to court online. So if somebody was sitting there saying that somebody was so sick or they was so something that they could not show up at court, you're lying. Also, if somebody was sitting here and they were saying or claiming to be somebody, and you have that person in front of your face and you looking at everybody else who's in that person's family and they don't look the same, then you know that's a lie. But also, if somebody is sitting here in somebody's family saying that somebody is somebody else, that they too would be frauding, because they under oath. It's like if somebody showed up at court and said that they was somebody, and they was like, they was swearing up and down that they were somebody. What is that? And then if somebody was supposed to be giving something to somebody, of which I've been waiting for paperwork from the court since 22, and it never reached me, then how could it be said that I was supposed to have gotten something I never received? I didn't get any paperwork. I didn't get any phone calls. I didn't get any letters. I didn't get any of these things. So how was it that something bypassed me and went somewhere else? I'm curious. And if where I'm at with this is correct, I'm suing you. Just saying. People find out about stuff that people are supposed to have, and you got officers in them that's supposed to give information to people, and it never gets to where it's supposed to go. But yet, if it's time for someone to vote, or especially with the 4-year elections, or if it's time for somebody to pay a bill, because collectors be finding them, they finding you like, oh, I know where you are. So it's like, what is this? Also, if somebody was sitting here and they said that somebody was sick, like for instance, I have in my bio that the reason why I don't be on camera was because I was sick. The reason why I don't be on camera was because I was having migraines, and it was easier for me to do my work with my screen sharing versus it was for me to be on camera doing videos. And then if somebody had asked me this, then they would have known this. Matter of fact, if anybody had spoken to me, they would have known that I had suffered from migraines since I was a kid. But that's beyond the point. Now that I know that why I was having migraines, we're doing something about that. And I'm seriously trying to figure out, if somebody said that I had a sickness or a disease, who's this that said this? If somebody said that I was mental, or that they were talking to me or anything like this, who's the one that said this? I'm also curious What doctor put their license on the line to sit there to say or give something without the patient's permission and waiver? And when was information being given to anybody for it to be put on any type of website for anybody for that matter without permission? Especially if somebody is not that type of person to put information out there about themselves. So who put information out there? Something would have had to be believable. Someone or something doing something that goes against the way that somebody is a telltale sign that something's a lie. The fact that I'm even saying this right here is like, why would I have to say this? Because apparently some people wouldn't think about this. But okay, I'm putting that out there. And if somebody thought that people were not sitting here and they were conspiring, colluding, and doing RICO crimes, and they really are out here doing this, but you was thinking, like I said last year, people think that they're putting out their work and it's okay, but people have been stealing it, and you think that they wouldn't do it to you. Yes, they would do it to you, especially if you're not showing yourself on camera all the time. They look for people who aren't very seen or heard or have a big online presence where you're sharing your life with everybody, because you may be somebody who's more private like I am, and they go for those types of people. If you have a lot of stuff online which is showcasing you in all your videos, then they obviously is not going to try to go for you, but they would try to get you caught up with some sort of a deal or something. But I work by myself. So how would somebody say that I was working with somebody or for somebody and I work by myself? So if anybody took anything from me, be it money, be it anything, then they're a thief. And if anybody sat there and they was coming up with a story, they was aiding and abetting in theft because they was helping thieves. So like I said, who's the head of the snake that started all of this? Because if I'm picking up on this and I'm like, this is random, then that means that somebody did it, or they're doing it, or they are attempting to do it. And most of the time, you've already done it. I'm just sitting here voicing out what it is that I've picked up, or you're doing it at current time. And I don't know who these people are, but I'll find you. Because when I talk about people, I don't know who you are. I just know that something's going on. But that's nothing but an upgrade for me to be finding out exactly, pinpointing where you are.